Welcome to Finance to Futurist.
So I'd ask you, if you were talking to a CFO right now, how do you pitch to them the idea of a data lake, and how does that help them do their job day to day?
Okay, so really interesting stuff. So I always start with something that people are going to understand. So a data lake is basically a repository, somewhere you keep data. So what do people know where we keep data is a database. We can all relate to a database. We understand what a database is, right? So a data lake can hold a database, but it can also hold unformatted data. So if we think about a database, we enter a value into a certain field, it goes into that database, and it means this. A data lake has less rules around how you put the data in there. It's also able to take data from the web, so scraping from websites. It's able to collect behavioral data and interaction data and metadata, and it's kind of like loads and loads of data all together. But with that and that unstructured approach to the data, there's so much context. So therefore, what does that give us? It's able to drive an AI, artificial intelligence, to be able to then understand exactly what is the meaning behind that data. So if we think about when we've used data unsuccessfully in the past, from a global point of view, so if we think about COVID and we think about the war in Ukraine, they used modelling to make decisions on both of those things, and they weren't so accurate, if we remember. And then we look at the likes of Google, who recently in May launched their Palm, and they started to talk about what their Palm ability is doing. And that is their AI, who is actually able to understand when a human is being facetious, sarcastic. So you can imagine, and you can see how data can sometimes be great and sometimes not. But where the data lake, where you've got that context, you're able to get to the more palm levels than maybe the modeling that tells you that things that aren't going to happen.